In the top stories, Arawak Cement says it's still doing well despite competition. BWU lends support to teachers' unions in fight against school violence. And Banks Beer Champions Cup enters the quarterfinal stage. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, April 15th, 2016. I'm Natasha Beckles. General Manager of Arawak Cement Company Limited, Manuel Toro, says that company is still the market leader in Barbados. Arawak's 31-year monopoly came to an end towards the end of last year with the opening of Rockhard Cement. Back in February, Rockhard CEO Mark Maloney said his company was commanding 60% of the market after just 3 months in operation. However, Mr. Toro told Nation News Arawak is still doing well, having improved its efficiency and reduced its prices.
The things are very good for us. We are the market leaders at this moment. But I think it's not only about price, it's also about that the people in Barbados recognize that we have tradition, we have quality, we have freshness in our product, because our product is always stored in a good condition. Because as you will see in the plant, you will see the warehouse, you will see we have labs. Yes, so we can test the quality of our product all the time, and the quality is going to be the same all the time. So I think that the people in Barbados recognize that.
General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Tony Moore, says reports of violence against teachers should be of concern to the entire society. Speaking to the media following the launch of this year's May Day activities on Friday, she said the incident suggests that the country's value system needs to be examined. The teachers' unions have called for the expulsion of a third-form student who is accused of spitting on, kicking and punching a teacher. Ms. Moore said the unions have the support of the BWU.
I stand on behalf of the Executive Council of the Barbados Workers Union in strong support of positions taken by our sister unions up to now. I think that where there are comments being made by those who should know better that will inflate the situation, I will see those comments as unfortunate. I will not want to speak to them officially right now, because I think that in more sober moments and moments of quiet reflection, individuals recognize when they speak out of turn.
An infectious disease consultant at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital says shorter stays by patients would lessen the risk of infection at the facility. Dr. Corey Ford said the hospital has strengthened its infection control program, but there is still much work to be done. He was speaking on Thursday night as he gave an update on the hospital's antimicrobial stewardship program, which was introduced late last year.
There are several international studies which will show you quite clearly that a lot of the long care institutions have a lot of these more resistant organisms, and we need to bear that in mind. QEH is an acute care facility, and therefore it needs to be such. So this fight towards getting to a point in dealing with antimicrobial stewardship transcends one individual. It transcends a particular group. It looks at the collaboration between our citizens, our pharmacists, our medical practitioners, both public and private, the agricultural industry, and of course the area of commerce. We are not 10% of where we need to be, but I imagine in the very near future that we will get there.
Town and country planning officials have removed an unauthorized structure at Jackson St. Michael. The shed, which was attached to a house, was said to be used for storage. A town planning representative said an enforcement notice was served since 2008, and the owner was reminded over the years that the structure should be taken down. This was not done, and a team from the Ministry of Transport and Works demolished it on Friday. A gaping hole has developed in a bridge at Bathsheba St. Joseph, leaving the road impassable. When a nation team visited on Thursday, the area was cordoned off by the Ministry of Transport and Works. Workmen from Infra Limited were also on site repairing culverts as part of the Barbados Water Authority's Main Lane project. Health and Safety Officer at the BWA, Adrian Yard, said the collapse was likely the result of wear and tear from water that flowed under the bridge and not because of ongoing excavation. The man whose son walked from St. Peter to St. Michael in a futile search for him has admitted that he has not been the best father. However, he believes there is another reason why 11-year-old Terrell Adams ran away from home. The boy made headlines earlier this week after he was reported missing from his Station Hill home. His mother, Kimberly, said it was the second time he left in search of his father. The father, Antonio Agard, told Nation News he believed Terrell was running away from something.
The real problem is the pressure that Terrell getting from home. You understand? Nobody ain't looking at that. And they need people to get into that. That is what I'm getting into. People saying Terrell ran away because he's looking for me. Terrell ran away because something wrong in the house. Something going on wrong. And the people needs to look into that. Don't look at me and saying, man, he got a chain or he got a hat and he don't go around the children. It's not that. It's that pressure coming from inside the house where Terrell living. Exams coming up next 3 weeks or so. By then, if you don't watch yourself, that little boy will not even go to a good school because he's under pressure. At 10 years old, you don't run away.
In sport, some thrilling clashes await football fans this weekend as the Banks Bear Champions Cup enters the quarter-final stage. On Saturday, Weymouth Wales will play Pinelands, who are at the bottom of the tables, and league leaders UWE Blackbirds will take on Notre Dame. Then on Sunday, Britons Hill will be up against Paradise and BDF SP will take on Rendezvous. Matches are at 6 and 8 p.m. both days at the Wilde AstroTurf. And finally, Spanish mattress makers have invented what is being called the first mattress that can detect infidelity. It was created after figures revealed that the Spanish are reportedly the most unfaithful people in Europe. The high-tech bed can sense suspicious activity and tell its owner via a phone app if the mattress is in use and how many people are on it. Its lover detection system includes 24 ultrasonic sensors that generate a 3D map of the mattress to show exactly which areas are receiving greater pressure and what movement is taking place, all in real time. And that's Nation News for Friday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com or follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember to pick up your papers over the weekend or subscribe to our e-paper. And look out for the Weekend Buzz a little later. Thank you so much for joining us.